four different things over here. One was XML, one was DTD internal external. Okay, one was the transformation, and one was the namespace. Sorry, XML schema, right? Okay, and namespace was a concept that was used in schema and transformation, right? Because of those name conflicts and all. Fine. Okay, so these five technologies I have almost finished now from XML. Okay, so now I'll just take a few examples and I'll try to write more different types of files for that example, right? Okay. So even in your experiment, whatever experiment I have given to you almost all types of examples are covered. Okay, only whichever things are not there in the experiment. Okay, I think even this question was asked once. Okay, fine. Yeah, so okay, I'll just try to write different types of files for this particular XML element, right? Okay, so am I audible to you all? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this kind of questions you are going to get. Okay, so what this question is saying, okay, if you read this question, okay, write a XML file for ship order is a root element. Okay, so root element is ship order. Okay. Okay, ship order is a root element. Okay, ship order is a root element, and it says that okay, the root element has order person, ship to, and multiple item as child elements. Okay, order person, ship to, and multiple item elements. It is saying is a child element, right? So one is order person. Okay, ship to. Okay, order person, then ship to, and item. Okay, multiple item elements it is saying. So this item element is repeating multiple times, right? Okay, then going to yeah, okay, ship to element contains a name, address, city, and country as the child element. So again, ship to element is having this as four child elements: name, address, city, and country. Okay, so name, address, city, and country. Okay, these are the four child elements of this element. This sorry, what was the name? Yeah, ship to element, right? Sorry. No. Order person. Okay, I think. Oh yeah, ship to element it was. Fine. Ship to element is having those four child elements. What are the elements? Name, address, city, and country. Name, address, city, and country. These are the four child elements of ship to, right? Additional things they have said. Okay, now going to the item element, again it is having some child elements: title, note, quantity, and price. Okay, so title, note, quantity, and price. So these are the child elements of item, right? Okay, any other constraints? Okay, note element is optional, they are saying. Okay, so this node element is there, that is optional, I'll put, right? Okay, then yeah, welded using DTD, welded using schema. Okay, now these are the simple elements. If I say this element, again it is a simple element. Again this is a simple element. This is also simple element. Okay, again some kind of text or simple element it is, right? Similarly, this also simple element. This also simple, but it is optional, right? This also simple element, and this also simple element. Okay, so this is a XML tree structure that we are having. Okay, so I have written a file for that. Let's remove this. Yeah, so this is a valid, well-formed XML file. Okay, it was there in the example, I think. Okay, so prolog ship order is a root element. Okay, and which are the child elements? What is this? Yeah, order person. Okay, order person, ship to, an item, right? Only three elements it is having. So order person element, ship to element, and item element. And item element is repeating multiple times, right? Okay, going to order person, it is a simple element. Ship to element is having again these four child elements: name, address, city, country, and item element, title, note, quantity, price. But in this item element, that note is optional. Okay, that was mentioned over there. Okay, yeah, note element is optional, that you can see from this. Okay, or even if otherwise, if they're not giving this particular thing, you should know, understood? Know, that's why you should check your XML file properly, understood? Now don't, by looking at only one item element, don't having title, note, quantity, price, all the compulsory elements. No, each of this element we have to check. In this element I am having 4 elements, but here only 3. That means this particular thing is optional. Fine. Okay, so this I can say that this is a well-formed file. Okay, I'm trying to save the thing. Okay, it's not showing me any error. That means it is well-formed, right? Okay. This is one thing. Now we'll go for writing the DTD for this. Okay, so how to write a DTD again? This also we had seen, right? So first we need to give the doc type declaration. Okay, doc type declaration I have to put in what is the root element in this case, ship order, right? Okay, then open the brace. Here I need to define my all the elements, including my root element. Here I am not defining my root element. This is just a declaration. This is a declaration that okay, ship order is a root element, right? So inside this thing I have to define all the elements including the root element, right? Fine, I just okay, element. What is the first element? Ship order. Okay, so it is having what? Which are the child elements of ship order? Order, person. Okay, then ship to. Okay, then what? Item. Right. So these are the 3 elements of child elements of ship order: order, person, ship to, an item. Right. Okay, and item element was repeating multiple times. So for item I'll put plus. Understood? Yeah. Okay. Now what I'll do? I'll go to this element now. I'll start defining this element, order, person. So what type of element it is? If you look at the thing, see, order, person is a simple element, right? It doesn't have any child elements at all. Okay. So I'll say order, person. What type of element it is? How we define in DTD? Hash PC data. Okay. Right. Okay. Then this element is defined. Now I'll go to ship to element. Okay. So I'm defining ship to element now. Element ship to. Okay, now if you look at ship to element, what are things it is having? Ship to element, it is having 4 child elements. Yeah, name, address, city and country, something. Okay, so what it had? Yeah, name, address, city and country. Okay, so name, address, city, comma, country. Right. Okay, now going to this element now. See, now when you define this element, directly don't go to this element. You have to finish the definition of this element. Understood? Now since it is I'm having some kind of nesting, I'll have to define all these things. Then only I'll be going to item element. Fine. Okay, so I'll start defining this element. Name now. What type of element it is? Yeah, it is it is just a content, right? See, name. Okay, so we'll use PC data. Yesterday I had seen many students were not able to write even the simple DTD. I don't know now what is the reason behind it. Okay. Okay, then second element is what? Address element, this element, right? So that I'm defining. Okay. Again, it is a simple element. It doesn't have any nesting and all. So we'll give PC data. Okay. Then going to city element. City element. Again, it is a simple element. See over there, it is a simple element. So we'll use PC data only. Okay. And then going to the name, address, city, now country element are defined. Country element also I'll use PC data. Fine. Okay, now I'm done with which element now? Order, person is defined. Ship to element also I have defined now, entire ship to element. Okay, so now I should go for item element, right? Element item. Okay, item element consists of what now? So if you look at the item element, it is consists of these 4 things: title, note, quantity, price. Okay, so title, note, quantity and price. Fine. Okay, but one point we had mentioned over there, that note is optional. Note element is optional, right? So this note element is optional. So how to put the optional? I'll put question mark. Okay, either it is there or it is not there, right? Okay, then yeah, again each element I'll have to define. Right. So what is the first element? Title. All these 4 elements are simple elements, right? Okay, so I just say PC data for all the elements. Then what? Note. Okay, then quantity. And then price. Okay, so I defined this element also: title, note, quantity and price, right? So this is my what? Yeah, and this bracket also I'll close. Okay, so this is my internal DTD, right? So I can indent the thing also. Yeah, fine. So I'll try to save the file. Okay, it's not showing any errors and all. Okay, okay. So if I try to validate this file, okay, okay, yeah, it's not showing any errors. Okay, let me just verify if it is if it is detecting any errors. Okay, so let's say that okay, I'm removing this plus. I'm removing this plus means what I'm saying that okay, inside the ship order there is one order element, order person element, one ship to element, and one item element. But as per my XML, there are multiple item elements, so it should detect the error, right? Okay, so when I validate the file, okay, it's saying the element item is, yeah, there is a mismatch as per your XML and DTD, right? That is because of this plus, right? So this is how we write the internal DTD. Yes, now if I validate, even if I do some spelling mistake, that also it is going to detect, right? Right? Okay, let's see. Order person, there is a mismatch with the order person element, right? Okay, so that was because of this, it is not consistent. Okay, right? So if I validate, yeah, okay, that means it is validated. But on some versions, it gives a message saying, yeah, it is valid and all. Fine. This is how we write the internal DTD. Okay, now if I want to convert this to external DTD, what I said, I have to create a new file, save the file with any name. Okay, I'll give the same name, ship order only. Otherwise, I'll put Q1, Q1.DTD. Okay. It all types only. Okay, save. So what I'd say, just put these declarations, element declarations into the new file. Okay, these element declarations will go into a new file. Okay, I'll save this file. And how to connect how to plot the connecting statement. We have to again give the doc type declaration. What is the root element? Ship order. Okay, then the system keyword, and then the address of your DTD file. Okay, so in our case it is what? Q1.DTD. Okay, so this is how we provide a connecting sheet. I'm connecting my XML file to this DTD, right? So if I save this file, first of all, if I do some changes or if I do some mistakes in this thing, okay, so first of all, it is not well formed. See, it is not well formed, understood? No, so there is no question of going to check the validity condition, right? I have not closed the thing. Okay, so this is also your notepad gives. Okay. So it is now it is well formed. Okay, now let us validate this thing against this particular DTD. So XML to validate now. Okay, let's see now. Okay, I'll put some. Okay, I'll say ship order one, ship order one. Okay, now if you look at this file is well formed. Yes, it is well formed. See, I'm trying to save. Okay, okay, it's saving me. Okay, understood? No, right? Because ship order root element. Okay, fine. So it's detecting the error, right? Because it's validating the thing against this particular DTD, right? So again, it's detecting the errors, right? So that was fine. So if I save now, okay. So this is how we test with the what? Yeah, external DTD, right? Yes. Okay. Then what we had seen? Okay, why I'm getting this? Okay. Okay. I removed that error. See, because of the strip order one, it was. Okay, it's fine now. Okay, only because of that error it was having some problem. Okay. Yeah, it is valid file, right? Okay. Then what was the next thing we had seen? Yeah, a schema, right? So whatever programs we had in experiment, I hope at least DTD part you are done with the DTD part now, right? Okay. Now going to the XSD, okay, for this example, it's slightly, I'm not saying complex because we are having 2-3 levels of nesting over here, right? This is the main element, Okay, these are the level 1 nodes, and again we are having level 2 nodes, and that too for 2 elements, right? So total how many complex elements are present over here? This is complex element, right? Because it is having what? Yeah, child elements. If I go to this element, it is a simple element, right? Because it is not having any element, only content it is having. If I look at this element, again it is what? Complex element. And if I look at the item element, again it is a complex element, because again it is having the sequence of child elements, right? Okay, so we'll start defining the root elements of the beginning. Okay. Just a minute. Yeah, it's validating. Okay. Yeah, yeah, now it's fine. Okay. So now what we'll do, we'll start writing the schema for this particular XML document. This was a DTD. Now we'll start writing the schema, right? So regarding schema, also a lot many examples we had seen. Only thing now I should be able to implement the schema on particular XML file, right? So I'll start writing the file. I'll save this file. Again, I'll take q1 dot what is the extension xsd. Okay. So all types save, right? So this is my schema file. Okay, so when we write the schema file, what are the structure of schema file? First we are having always what? Prolog. Okay, because it is XML based. Okay, and then what? Encoding equal to. Yesterday I saw some student, okay, they were not able to write the prolog also. Okay, now really I don't know the reason why they are not practicing these things at home. Okay, I don't have any answer for this. Okay, so many times I've been telling you, please practice. Okay, otherwise fine. Okay, yeah, first is always the XML prolog. Then what we have, the root element of any schema file is what? Schema element, right? This is the root element of any schema file, right? So this is the structure of our XML schema file, prolog and then the schema element. So whatever other definitions you will be putting inside this schema element, right? And what I said, yeah, this schema element is having one of the attribute also, that namespace we need to define, right? So how we define the namespace? XML XML namespace colon the prefix. The prefix that we use is what? Access. So what was the URL? W3 it was, I think, w3.org/2001/XML schema. Again, this is the way how we write. Okay, S is also capital over here, right? So this is how we define this attribute for the schema element. XML namespace colon prefix, that is access, and then the this URL, right? So this is a layout of my schema file, right? So now we'll start defining all the elements. So we'll start from the root element, that is ship order element. Sorry. Okay. Ship order. I hope you understood the structure of this entire schema file now. Okay, this diagram is not that clear. Okay, but I hope you got the idea, right? That's why first I explained you the DTD also, so that the idea is clear in your mind. Okay, yeah. So we'll start defining the root element now. Okay, I'll get this file over here. Okay, so we'll start defining the root element, that is the ship order element, right? So how to define the element in XML schema? I say access element name equal to, what is the name of the element? Ship order. Okay, yeah. Can I define the type over there? No, because it is not a simple element. Yes, it is a complex element, right? So that I'm specifying over here, that it is what? Access colon complex type. Okay, I'm saying that it is a complex element. Now, why it was a complex element? If I ask you why it is a complex element, what you will say? Why this element is complex element ship order? Because it is having what? I should indent this thing. Yeah, it is having 3 children: order, person, ship to, an item. Yeah, actually 4, but this item is repeating. Okay, that's why the ship order is what? Complex element, right? Okay, because it is having sequence of children, right? So that I'll define now. Access colon sequence. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll go to the first child. Who is the first child of that? Who is the first child of the ship order? Who is the first child? Order person, right? So there, okay, now looking at this order person element, that is a simple element, right? There is no nesting, no attributes, okay? It is not empty also, right? So this is a simple element. So that I'll define now, right? So I'm defining the first child element, that is what? Element name equal to, what was the element name? Yeah, order person, okay? Order person. Okay, so since it is a simple element, directly I can specify my data type. Okay, so we'll take it as extra string. Okay, I'll close the element here. You need to close it here, otherwise you can take the separate, you can close like this also, access colon element. This is also fine. Understood now, but for simple elements, usually we provide the closing tag here only. Understood? Yeah. So this is one thing. So first child is defined. This child is defined. This child element is defined. Now I'll go to second child element, that is ship2, right? So what type of element is ship2? Again same thing, it is a complex element. And why it is complex element? Because it is having what? Sequence of child elements. Okay, so now I'll start defining ship2 element. Okay, so I'll say access, actually it is there should not be this nesting. Yeah, okay, I hope you're understanding. Okay, element name equal to, what is the element name? Ship2, I think. Yeah, okay, ship2 element. Element name equal to ship2. Okay, okay, what type of element it is? It is a complex element again. Complex type. Okay, why it is a complex element? Again, because it is having sequence of child elements. Okay, it is having sequence of child elements. Okay, now going to its child elements, what are the elements? Yeah, name, address, city, and country. And all these 4 elements are the simple elements. Yes, name, address, city, and country, they are simple elements. Okay, so these 4 elements I need to define now in my schema, right? Okay, so first I'll define, let me just check. Yeah, name, address, city, and country. Okay, so I'll define name element. Element name equal to name. Okay, I will define the data type equal to access colon string. I'll close the element here, simple element. What is the second thing? Access colon element name equal to address. Okay, type equal to, okay, string only will take. I'll close the element here. Okay, then what? Name, address, city, and country, I think. Okay, element name equal to, what is the name, address, city, country? Okay, element name equal to city, type equal to access colon string. Okay, and what last element is what? Element name equal to country, it is. Okay, again type percentage. I'll close the element here, right? Okay, now what I have done, I've finished defining which element now. Ship2 element. Ship2 element I have defined now. I said that it is complex element because it is having sequence of child element. Then I defined this element also, right? So I'll close the declaration of ship2 element now. I'll close the definition of ship2 element, right? So this and this particular thing, and this particular thing I need to close now. Yes. So what is the first tag that is to be closed? Sequence element. Okay. I hope you're understanding. Access colon sequence. Okay. Then I'll close this particular thing, complex type. Okay. Access colon complex type. Okay, and then I'll close the definition of ship2 element. Access colon element. Okay, yeah. So this ship2 element I have defined now. See, okay, element tag, okay, complex type sequence, and this was the definition of all this child, right? So far what I have done now, Okay, initially I started with the root element, then I said that it is first child is order person, second child is ship to, and what is the third? What is the third child now? This is done. This is done. Third child is what item. So that I am defining now. Okay, so again it is at the same level. Okay, first child, second child, and now I'll define the third child. Okay, so what is the name of that child element? Element name equal to what? Item. Yes, this is the third child I am defining now. See. Okay, order person is defined, ship to is defined. Now I'm defining item element, right? So again, what type of element it is? It is a complex element because it is having the sequence of child elements and then this particular things, right? Okay, so element name equal to item. Okay, what type of element is this? Complex type. Okay, why it is a complex element? Because it is having sequence of child elements. Okay, what is the sequence now? That for the sequence, it is having title, node, quantity, price, all for a simple elements, right? So we'll start defining all these elements: title, node, quantity, price. Okay, so access element name equal to title, type equal to access string. String will take. Okay, then what was the second element? Element node, it was the title, node, quantity. Title element name node. Okay, type equal to again access string. Fine. Similarly, third element name equal to what is the name? Quantity and price. Okay, quantity. Okay, type equal to number we can take, integer we can take. Okay, and last one was price. Element name equal to price. Okay, type equal to we can take floating number or decimal. Fine. Okay, so even the item element I have defined now. Item element is defined. So I'll close the sequence, complex type, and this element now. Right? Okay, so I'll close all these things. Access colon sequence I'll close. Okay, sequence. Then what? Complex type I'll close. Complex type, and then I'll close the item element. Okay. Yeah. So now see. Okay, is this the end of my file? No, it is not the end of my file. Okay, because when I started defining the root element, okay, what I said, it is complex, it is having sequence. So this was the first child, this was the second child, and this is a third child, right? Okay, now I need to do what? I need to close this root elements, all this text, sequence, complex type, and element of my main element, right? That I need to close now. So I think I should close the sequence now. Okay. Sequence. Then see it is showing. Okay, then complex type. And then the main element. Fine. Okay. Okay, then anything else is remaining. A schema element I had closed at the beginning only. Okay, so let me just check. Yeah, this is a root element. Okay. Okay, root element. Then the main element, that is root element. Sorry, this was the root element of my file. I am saying schema file. Okay, then this was the root element of my XML file ship order. Okay, it was a complex type because it was having sequence of child elements. First child was order person, second child was ship to, and third child was item. Now going to ship to element, again it was complex. It was having sequence of yeah, there is a mistake over here. Right, it is a colon also. Okay, yeah. Okay, I hope you understood this schema, right? Now there are some constraints that I need to handle. Yeah, what are the constraints? Yeah, this what is it? Yeah, multiple item elements. Yes, yes. Root element has what? Order person shift to and multiple item elements. See, the item element was repeating multiple times. Okay, one, two. So there I need to handle it over here also, right? So where I have defined the item element here. Here I have defined the item element. So what? How I can handle that thing? How to handle this thing? In DTD I had handled this by putting plus. So how it is to be handled here? I need to say that item element can occur multiple times. So how to handle? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'll retype the URL. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Mohit. Yes, Amish. Max occurs. Correct. Okay. So for this item element, to say that this element is going to repeat multiple times, I'll say here. I'll say okay. I'll just yeah. Max occurs equal to, yeah, you can give any value or you can say unbounded. Okay, again max occurs, I think this always kept, right? Okay, unbounded means you don't know how many times it is going to repeat. Okay, so just to be on the safer side you can say unbounded. Okay, and I think one more constraint is there to be handled. What is the second constraint? Yeah, multiple item element is done, and then what? Yeah, node element is optional. Node element is optional. So where I have defined my node element, where it is, where node element is defined here. This is the definition, right? This is a node element. So this is optional, means what? It can repeat 0 times also. So how to define that again? Mean occurs, you can say, right? So I can say mean, minimum times, how many times it is going to occur? 0 time. Max occurs, I am not specifying. You can specify also. Okay. If you want, you can say mean occurs equal to 0, max occurs equal to 1. Fine. But by default, max occurs value is 1 only. Understood? That's why I'm not giving the. You can give also, no problem. You can say mean occurs equal to 0 and max occurs equal to 1. Fine. Any other constraints? This was my word. Yeah. Okay, there was some mistake in the this attribute, right? So what is the thing? HTTP colon W W3 it is. Okay. .org. Fine. Okay. So this is my what is that, schema file, right? Now I need to connect this to my XML. Okay. To connect your XML file to DTD, external DTD, this was the statement. Doc type declaration, root element, system keyword, yeah, in double quotes, name of your DTD file, right? So the thing that I had mentioned to you all was you cannot connect your XML file to DTD as well as schema at the same time. Understood? No, it is not possible. At a time you can go only for one option. Either you can go for DTD or you can go for schema. Okay. So now I'll go for schema. So I'll remove this DTD statement. Okay. So if I want to connect this XML file to the schema, what I need to do? For the root element, I need to give those two attributes. Yes. If you want to connect your XML to DTD, you need to give the doc type declaration. Just now we had seen. Okay. But if you want to connect your XML file to the schema file, what you need to do? For the root element, you need to give those two attributes. What are those two attributes? Yes, one was again namespace XML_NS XSI equal to, again the same URL it was, only here we are using the instance, right? So again, okay, slash what? XML schema instance. Yes. Okay, this was the one attribute. We are defining this specific XSI equal to the same. This URL is same. Only thing we are using what? XSI. That's why this instance. And what was the second? What was the second attribute over here? XSI colon no namespace schema location. I hope you can see the thing I have typed. Okay, any caps, schema is caps, and yeah, first word is always caps. Okay, namespace schema location equal to what? Equal to name of my schema file. So in our case it is what? q1.xsd. q1.xsd, right? Okay, so let me just save this file. Okay. Okay, I'll just restart my this thing. Okay, I think I saved all these things. Where I saved it? Okay. What was the thing? Ship order, no? Ship order.xml. Yeah, this was the XML document. Okay, there are some problems. Okay, this was what? XML file, and then q1.xst it was. Yeah, this file. Okay, yeah. So now we have connected our XML file to this schema file also. Okay, yeah. Logically, this code is correct, and even syntax was, I think it's correct. Okay, but I don't know more. Let me just check. Let me just validate. Okay, so if I try to do some changes, okay, let's remove that. What is that? Remove this item as unbounded. Okay, so it should detect the error. Understood? No, it should say that there are some problems and all. Okay, so yeah, actually, yeah, this code is correct actually, but I think again there's some problem with my notepad. Okay, I need to understood. Like actually, it should have detected the error. Okay, I don't think there are any problems in this code. Shape order XML ns colon xsi equal to, yeah, fine, and no name says schema location. Yes, correct. Okay, now actually it should have detected. Okay, only thing I need to restart this particular system. Fine, but it should have detected. Understood? It will detect. Understood? No, right? Any difficulties over here? Okay, it's not. Okay, but I hope you understood the question, right? Any difficulties in this example? Okay, line 11. Okay, yes, correct. Okay. Any other problems in this code? Yes, max of unbounded, line 11, correct. Okay, let's verify one more time. Okay, this is my schema file, and this is the XML file. Okay, welded now. Yeah, it's not connecting. Let me just check. Okay, yeah, there's a mistake. There's a mistake. Yes, there's a mistake. Yeah, in the URL, I think it was not getting connected properly. Okay, so now I will check. Yeah, there's an error. I think that for item, where is the item? Yeah, for item, I removed the max occurs. Yes or no? Okay, so there is a problem. It's go to validation. Now let's see if it is detecting. Uh, yes. Okay, now it's working fine. Understood? So this file was not getting connected to this schema. Understood? No, that was because in this URL I had done a mistake. Okay, so this is a complete URL. I had not given the entire path properly. Understood? So that's why it was not referring to the this file, right? Okay, so now it is saying, see, it is not as per the content model. Understood? No. So here's what I do: max focus equal to max focus equal. Again, if I say max focus equal to, suppose say, what was that? Unbounded, no? Okay, still there's an error, right? So if I save this file, if I try to validate this file, what will happen? What is the error? I have put the unbounded thing. Why? What is the error? Can anyone tell me? I have put the unbounded thing, but still it is showing the error. Why? What is showing the error? Yes. Yes, good. Okay, so that's why I'm asking you all to, you need to practice. Some people might just say that it is unbounded and all. Okay, these small things are very important. But I should know it is case sensitive, right? So this is caps, right? And even in the URL also I did a small mistake now, so it was not referring to the DTD properly, right? So this you realize all these things only when you practice and then test. Understood? No, otherwise the same mistakes you are going to do for your exam also. Okay, you people might be knowing the logic, you people might have practiced all the things. Understood? but because of these small things again. Okay, so I don't want these things to happen with you all. Okay, that's why I'm again and again I'm telling you, please practice all these programs and test. Fine. So yeah, so in this code, this XML file I had connected to the DTD. We verified with the internal DTD. Then I did the external DTD, and now what? Yeah, we validated against what? Schema also, right? So one more file is remaining for this element. So what is that? Okay, I didn't put it, I think. Uh, Okay, so how we are going to solve this particular thing? Okay, we'll have to write the XSL file transformation thing, right? So again, we need to create, save this thing. Okay. So again, one more file, okay, and how to save this file? Again, I'll take the same name dot XSL, not XSLT, right? Okay, and then we'll start writing the, what is it? What was it? Yeah, transformation code. Again, the structure of the transformation code. What was the structure of transformation code? Again, the prolog XML version equal to 1.0. This we have to practice, please. Encoding equal to UTF. That's what I said. No, yesterday there were some students who were not able to write the prolog also. Forget about the syntax and all. I don't know what is going to happen. Okay, then what? Which was a yeah. In case of transformation file, what was the structure of transformation file? Style element was a root element. Yes. XSL. Style sheet. This was a structure of our transformation file. Again, prolog, and the root element was what? Style sheet. Yes. So here we need to write all our transformation code. Then we had a template element. Then it was a match element, and then we started with actual HTML, in which we wrote the table structure. Then we wrote the for loop, depending upon the constraints, if construct, filtering, all those things, right? So in between this style element, we will be having what? HTML code over here, right? So that also you all can practice if you are done with the schemas and all. Okay, don't try to come mix up all these things. Okay, take one technology, implement multiple programs, then you go for the second technology. Again, implement multiple programs, then go for the third. Okay, and later on you will be in a position to write all the things for a given file. Understood, no? Fine. So you all can write the same thing, write the transformation also if you are done with the DTD and the schema thing. Okay. Otherwise, you try to yesterday in the lab. Many people had yeah implemented almost all the DTDs. Okay, and try to implement schemas also by tomorrow, right? Okay. And next week you can practice the transformation programs. Okay. Next week also you'll be getting 3-4 days. Okay. Otherwise, yes. Okay. Now going to the semester papers. Here I am having only the 16-17 scheme, okay, but yeah, you need to refer to the old papers also, okay, because that time they had this XML, okay, same syllabus was the same, okay. So I don't know, just give me 1 minute. Yeah, okay, yeah. So along with the 16-17 scheme, okay, it will be better if you go, if you refer to these papers also, okay, because the syllabus was same. XML, they have not changed anything, same concepts, DTD and all those things, right? So if you look at this paper, I don't know, this was earlier scheme module wise, okay. Yeah, so again, yeah, see this thing, okay, they have given the tree structure over here, okay, of one XML files, and again you need to write what? 12 marks question it is. What you need to write? Yeah, you need to first write an XML file. Okay. Then write a suitable DTD. They are not specified whether internal or external, so you can go for any option. And then what? Yeah, transform into HTML using XSLT. Understood? So 12 marks. Okay, so 4 marks for, I can say, XML file, 4 marks for DTD, and 4 marks for XSLT. Understood? Then what is this question? List and explain the DTD elements of XML. Give proper syntax and example of each element. Understood? Also elements, attributes, PC data, C data, and what? Which is the fifth one? And entities. So these 5 things you need to explain over here, right? Okay. Then any other questions? Okay. Yeah, what things are asked? Yeah, again, see, some application has been given. Understood? Again, you need to write the XML file, external DTD you have to do, right? 10 marks question it is, okay? Then again, what is this is a theoretical question. What are namespaces? What is the objective? With the help of an example, explain the use of namespace. So that example we can explain, right? Why namespaces are used? Name conflicts. Understood? Now their prefix definition and all those things. Again, concept of accessibility with example. So here this is a generic question. Okay, accessibility you need to explain why it is used. Why it is used? Because when we open the raw XML files, it doesn't give any output. Yes. So if you want to see check the output, we convert into HTML file using the accessibility, right? And they also ask for examples. A small example you can take. Now again, this is on accessibility. Explain the elements of accessibility. Explain different elements of accessibility. So many elements we have seen. Style sheet element, then template is there. Okay, template element is there. Okay, match was the attribute. Then what? If element was there. Then for each element was there. Then to print the value of a particular thing, value of element was there, right? So each element you can explain. Okay. Yeah. Again, differentiate between what? Well formed and validities are not values. Okay. Yeah. This also you can explain that. So yeah, so this was about XML. Okay, so please practice these things out. Okay, by this weekend, please see that DTD and at least the schema concept you are thorough with both these concepts. Okay, and the transformation accessibility you can keep in the next week. Okay, for practicing. Fine. So yeah. If you are practicing, it is going to help you only. Understood? No. Yeah. So I'll start taking attendance. Okay. Yesterday I didn't take a lecture. Yesterday it was practicals. Okay, and today is 19th. Okay, yeah, 1. Yeah, you all can give your attendance. Okay, then you can leave. Okay, yeah, 1 present, and 2. 2, roll number 2. 3. Okay, 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 15. Who is 15? 15 is absent. 16 is present. Okay, yeah, 17, 18.